We have two of the lift e-foils here in each size. So we have the smaller board, which I'm sitting on, in the carbon. We have the bigger board in the white. And then we have the 170 wing on the carbon here. It's a faster wing. And then the 200 on this guy. We've been riding these the last week or so. We've kind of had everybody out in them, including my oldest here, Wisdom. And thought it was pretty easy. Thought Dad was a slouch. What do you think of that, e-foils?
It was so much fun. It was super easy.
Super easy, so much fun. You weren't scared of foiling?
Nope.
Okay, so she did not learn on kite foils 6 years ago like the rest of us, obviously, because foils still scare me sometimes. So seriously though, these e-foils are so easy. It's the easiest way to foil for sure. I heard people tell me that and I didn't believe them until I got on it myself. I watched Wisdom get up and foil on one with no fear and no problems at all. Super fun. So we just did a time lapse of us kind of getting things situated. Very easy to put together, very reliable. Super impressed with the lift design. You know, you guys can search online and see all the specs on these guys. On the big wing, big board, we're easily getting over 2 hours of ride time. So I don't know if we're doing it wrong or whatever, but 2 hours is enough. And then it takes 2 hours to charge for full charge, and that's accurate. You can pretty much do whatever the heck you want to do for an hour and a half or so on even the spicy one here. Have lots of fun. $12,000 seems like a lot of money right up until you try it. And then you're pretty much like, okay, I'm going to sell a couple jet skis and get a refinance on the house and get a couple more of these, right? Two of these, if you have the money, totally worth it. I mean, unbelievable. At a minimum though, come out and try it. We're doing experiences out in the water and classes 7 days a week. So if you're interested, get on the calendar, call the shop. The number is 281-508-6485. Okay, so here's Hannah, day 2. She had a couple minutes the first day, and then this is her second day on the foil. See, she's nailing it. No big deal. They're very easy to learn. We sell the lift e-foils as well as teach lessons and do experiences on the water. So if you're looking to get a gift for somebody and get them out there, you can book it on the website, HoustonKiteboarding.com, or just call us, 281-508-6485. So a little bit about these foils. They're super easy to learn and ride even if you don't have any foiling experience. If you have foiling experience, it just makes it that much easier to really understand what is happening and kind of how to control the foil itself. Easiest way to get started is to lay on the board and kind of get up to speed, move to your knees, and then once you're on your knees, stand up. The hardest part is literally just keeping the throttle consistent during that whole process. So these units weigh quite a bit, around 60 pounds. Half of that's the board, motor, and foil, and the other half is the battery. So the main move is, you know, you kind of get stuff set up on the water with just the board, and then bring the battery down and install it right next to the water like you see in our setup video. Some of the specs on this, you can see Chris in the back there, and then Eric, this is his first time on the foil up front. Riding speed varies for sure. Chris is on the slower wing and bigger board, the white one there. So he's doing, you know, between 12 and 18 miles an hour on that. The faster one, the carbon with the 170 wing, which is what Eric's on, you know, the riding range is going to be a bit faster. Both of these you can push probably upwards of mid-20s speed-wise. They're, you know, they can be fast, just takes more throttle, lean forward a little bit. The units are super stable pitch-wise. I was blown away by the ability to go fast and stay stable, and I think it has something to do with the motor being close to the foil underwater. All these pieces and components come with covers, which was also surprising to me. So you have a big, nice cover for the board, a hard-sided cover that or case for the foil, battery charger, and mast, and then a separate set of wing covers. The way you interface with the Lift eFoil is through a Bluetooth controller that floats, runs on AA batteries, good for like 50 hours of use. This connects automatically with the setup. You just kind of link it just like any Bluetooth device, It has a governing mode, so you can turn it down. So like when we have the kids do it, we just turn it down to like quarter power, and works great for getting them out there as well. One thing I forgot to mention is batteries. You can swap out the batteries. If you want to get an extra battery, you can do that. I think they're $3,500. But you can just keep going if you have the batteries to do it. Battery time on the water is totally dependent on use. There's a huge range, as we found. So I think Lift says they're good for an hour or a little more than an hour, but it really depends on how they're being used. So once we saw how easy these were, my kids all want to try everything, of course. I just kind of sent Wisdom out there. I gave her a few pointers and taught her to use the throttle, and then switched the units into governor mode, which just restricts the throttle setting. So this is her on the lowest setting on the biggest, slowest wing. And she's kind of, spent a whole day kind of bebopping around on her knees, and then by day 2, she was ready to stand up and kind of cruise around, and she's just starting to get up on the foil. But even if they're not on the foil, the kids just love cruising around on the boards, and with the governor setting, it's amazing. They're actually pretty safe and pretty easy to steer just with weight shift. So overall, we were really impressed with the Lift Efoil, and I'd recommend trying one and buying one. If you guys have any questions about efoils, you want to buy one, you want to get out in the water and try one, give us a call or check it out online, HoustonKiteboarding.com. Thanks for watching.